just want to say that I'm so sorry. Only people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
Selena Gomez has been deeply emotional amidst the ongoing deportation actions taken by Donald Trump in the United States. As a proud Mexican-American woman with roots tracing back to her parents who crossed the border into the US, Selena feels devastated by the harsh policies being enforced. Seeing the struggles of countless families torn apart has left her heartbroken as she reflects on her heritage and the challenges faced by immigrant communities.
United States President Donald Trump, on the very first day in office, declared a national emergency at the southern borders. Trump declared the national emergency at the southern border, significantly loosening restrictions on ICE operations.
It all began with Donald Trump's speech, where he firmly declared his intentions to take action against illegal immigrants entering the United States. In his address, he announced plans to initiate the process of deporting these individuals, referring to them as aliens, and sending them back to their home countries. He even stated that he will reinstate his Remain in Mexico policy.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy.
In his speech, Trump also emphasized that forces would be deployed to the southern border of the United States to prevent what he described as an invasion of America. He framed it as a critical step to secure the nation's borders and uphold immigration laws.
I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country.
Following Donald Trump's statement, law enforcement agencies across the United States began taking strict actions against illegal immigrants. So far, around 1,000 Mexicans have been arrested and deported back to Mexico, marking the beginning of the enforcement of these controversial measures.
As the Trump administration's newly enacted immigration crackdown led to nearly 1,000 arrests and deportations.
Despite Selena Gomez appearing utterly devastated by the situation, many people have labeled her reaction as a mere act of sympathy rather than genuine concern for the affected individuals. Even Daily Mail questioned her stance, pointing out that with her reported $1.3 billion net worth, she could have taken concrete actions to support the Mexican community instead of just voicing her emotions.
The 32-year-old actress uploaded a very emotional video to Instagram, but quickly took it down after it didn't sit well with social media users. They were quick to slam her for not using her reported net worth of $1.3 billion to take action herself.
The debate surrounding Selena Gomez's response to the presidential actions against illegal immigrants continues to grow. Commentators have raised questions about her statement, specifically why she referred to Mexicans as her people, given that she is also half American. On the other hand, many argue that her concern might be genuine and stems from her empathy for displaced individuals and the struggles faced by immigrant communities. Misha Petrov, a prominent YouTuber, was among the first to react to the situation, questioning Selena Gomez's status as an American national. She remarked that it felt strange to hear Selena refer to Mexicans as her people, given that she is also half American. Misha stated that while it's perfectly fine to embrace and appreciate her Mexican heritage, as an American citizen, Selena should have acknowledged her American side as well to present a more balanced perspective.
Selena Gomez is an American, so it's a bit strange to hear her say all her people. Now, you could be talking about, your Mexican heritage, you can appreciate your roots, you can care about all people, regardless of their race, but as an American citizen, I do feel like you have to prioritize your country.
Misha further argued that Selena Gomez should consider the other side of the issue, particularly the negative impacts that illegal immigration and border trafficking bring to the United States. She pointed out that while Selena is emotional about the children being affected, she seems to overlook the fact that some of these children could be victims of child trafficking, sexual assaults, or even caught in drug trafficking. Misha claimed that Selena should focus more on these serious concerns rather than, as she put it, shedding crocodile tears.
The lives are being endangered, the innocent lives you seem to care so much about, right? The children that are being trafficked at the border, the sexual sexual assault occurring, the human trafficking, the smuggling of drugs. That should concern you more than virtue signaling to your audience and your crocodile tears. I think also, as a celebrity, you are detached from the reality of what's going on. You live in a little bubble of wealth, of other celebrities, but have you actually spoken to people that are victims of the crimes committed by illegal immigrants? Laken Riley, for example, her family, or the law enforcement officers trying to control the chaos. Have you seen the human suffering occurring at the border?
On the other hand, Cadence argued that Selena Gomez only joined the conversation because she felt pressured by her audience. According to Cadence, people were calling her out for staying silent, which compelled her to release this video on her Instagram page in an attempt to address the backlash.
She was getting pressure from people in the comments that were saying, you're Mexican, so you have to take a stance on this and say that it's wrong for people to have to face any consequences for breaking the law. And so she did that. She obliged, and she started crying on her Instagram page.
Another commentator, Ricky McIntyre, also known as OK Rick, shared his reaction to Selena Gomez's response, criticizing her for only presenting one side of the story and attempting to appeal to people's emotions. He argued that there is another perspective that Selena seems to ignore. Ricky questioned her concern for the American people, asking, what about us? What about those like Laken Riley and the souls who should have been here? He emphasized the need to consider the broader implications of illegal immigration on American citizens.
In previously restricted locations such as courthouses and churches, sanctuary cities like Boston, Denver, and Atlanta saw large-scale operations on Trump's first full day in office, resulting in the arrests of 308 migrants from over a dozen countries.
American border czar Tom Homan also weighed in on Selena Gomez's claims against the American government, particularly her concern about displaced families. He rejected the notion that families are being displaced or assaulted, clarifying that the government's actions are not aimed at harming innocent families. Instead, he stated that they are simply working to remove national threats.
I don't think we arrested any families. We've arrested public safety threats and national security threats, bottom line.
Tom Homan firmly stated that the government will not back down from these actions, emphasizing that they are committed to making the nation safer. He claimed that once strict measures are fully implemented at the borders, there will be a decrease in fentanyl-related deaths, alien crime, sex trafficking, and drug trafficking. According to Homan, these actions are in the best interest of the American nation, aiming to address these pressing issues and protect its citizens.
Don't know if you've had a chance to see a video that has been going viral over the past hour or so. We're still working to clear it and show it. In fact, the Hollywood celebrity who posted it has now deleted it, I think because probably she faced a lot of backlash for it, noting even the New York Times and Fox News polls show that a majority of American respondents are in favor of deportations of criminals and gang members.
Benny Johnson also mocked Selena Gomez for her statement, suggesting that while she expresses sympathy for Mexicans, she seems to overlook individuals like Laken Riley despite being born in America. He criticized her for focusing on one group while seemingly ignoring the concerns of American citizens, calling into question her consistency in addressing national issues.
My people are getting attacked. She's not talking about Laken Riley, of course, even though Selena Gomez was born in America, her mother was American, her Mexican father abandoned them. Selena Gomez is now a billionaire who has multi-million-dollar mansions in America.
Benny Johnson doubled down on his criticism, emphasizing that Selena Gomez owes much of her fame to America, yet still refuses to consider Americans her people. He vented his frustration, stating that the country is done with this ungrateful victimhood mentality, and warned her that she picked the wrong year to make such remarks.
She's world famous because of America, but she doesn't consider us her people.
Benny also pointed out Selena's claim of being unable to help, reminding her that, with her multi-million-dollar properties, she has the resources to make a meaningful impact but hasn't taken any real action. He suggested that she could easily sponsor a large number of these immigrants if she truly cared.
Selena Gomez's portfolio of mansions that she happens to own. You'd be not shocked to learn that she owns multiple mansions in multiple states, with hundreds of thousands of square footage where she could house thousands of criminal aliens. You know, you can sponsor a criminal alien as an American. Selena, have you ever tried doing that?
Despite Selena Gomez not speaking out against the immigrants involved in serious crimes in America before, she has now suddenly started ranting about these issues. Meanwhile, several criminals have been deported to their homelands, and there are available footages online showing these individuals, often referred to as aliens, which raises questions about her sudden concern for the situation. Dr. Phil, the famous TV personality, took to the streets to observe the real situation of people being deported, accompanying law enforcement agencies during their operations. During his investigation, he uncovered that some illegal immigrants involved in serious crimes, such as child sexual abuse, were moving freely within the US. He even showcased one of the individuals who had been caught in the crackdown against these criminals, who was convicted for child abuse activities.
Convicted of sex crimes involving children, and he's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem with the sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than local law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with.
Dr. Phil interrogated the convicted immigrant and, after the questioning, urged law enforcement authorities to lock him up. He emphasized the severity of the crimes committed by individuals like this and called for stronger actions to prevent such offenders from continuing their illegal activities.
You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
Not really.
Not really? And never been deported?
Nope.
Huh. Let's take them in and process them, lock them up.
Got it, sir.
Selena Gomez is facing significant backlash for her recent remarks regarding the ongoing deportation actions in the United States. Many commentators have criticized her for presenting a one-sided view of the situation, focusing on the struggles of displaced families without considering the broader implications, such as the criminal activities associated with illegal immigration. Figures like Benny Johnson, Misha Petrov, and others have questioned Selena's stance, suggesting that as an American citizen, she should also acknowledge the impact of these actions on American citizens and national security. Additionally, her claim that she is unable to help despite her $1.3 billion net worth has further fueled the criticism, with many pointing out that she has the resources to make a real difference, but hasn't taken meaningful action. This issue is particularly delicate as it exposes the tension between compassion for hardworking, loyal immigrants and the need to address serious concerns like sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and other criminal activities associated with illegal immigration. While many immigrants being deported may be good people trying to make a better life, it's undeniable that some have been involved in criminal activities that endanger both American citizens and other immigrants. The debate surrounding Selena's response reflects the complexity of this issue, where there are two sides to every story. As the situation unfolds, it's clear that balancing empathy with the need for security is no easy task, and both sides of the argument must be carefully considered. What do you think of this scenario? Do you believe Selena genuinely feels for displaced Mexicans, or is she just putting on a show? Let us know in the comments, and also tell us whether you support the ongoing deportation measures or think there's a better solution. Stay tuned for more buzz and updates from the celebrity circle.